Our teenage class is being robbed of meaningful fun. They're being robbed of it. And I'm here to set things straight. It is time that we change the laws on liability. What do I mean? It's time to make the onus legally fall on the people on the property and not the property owners themselves. Let me dive a little deeper. The laws surrounding, property owners and what they're responsible for on their property need to change. Because it is all these landmarks, all these fun things that kids used to go do, they can't do anymore. Things that my father and my mother talked about when they were growing up. Like, we'd go do these crazy-ass things, and they'd create these awesome memories. And yeah, people might have died if things had gone the wrong way, and we made X decision, and Y and Z might have occurred. Thankfully, Y did, because if Z would have occurred, then, Ted might have died. But there was that inherent, it's risky, but it's fun, and we're going to go do it, and it's going to create memories, and we know, we understand that, there are consequences to our actions. That's part of growing up. If something bad happens on someone else's property when they weren't there and they weren't overseeing anything, that's not their fault. It's yours. Tough luck, kid. Okay, you wanted to go make out on the water tower. I'm pro that, man. Go do it. That'll be fun. Go climb the water tower with your significant other and go make out. You know what? Go for it. That would probably be a fun memory. If one of you falls off and dies, that's not the public's fault. That's not the taxpayer's fault that you fell off the water tower. Sure, it's sketchy. Sure, it's scary. That's part of the fun. This is what people don't understand. Parents try and coddle everybody and put little pillows on every pointy thing in the world so that you don't hurt yourself. And then it's you're taking away the fun. This is what made it enjoyable. This is what got people fired up. They look back and they're like, yeah, man, last Friday night, Susie and I went up to the water tower and we were 150 feet up. It was intense. If we would have fallen off, one of us might have died. But thankfully, everything turned out right. And it turns out most of the time, the vast majority of the time, things turned out okay. I think kids should be able to run into an abandoned house that hasn't been touched in years. And the owner shouldn't have to piss himself if he hears one of those kids gets hurt. It's I'm going to get sued. Change the law. Change the law surrounding that, because it's robbing kids of doing all these fun things. Not just kids. Damn it, I'm 23. I'm still kind of a kid. But it's robbing me of fun things I like to do, okay? So, you can see if you're watching that I'm wearing a Gatlinburg, Tennessee hoodie. I love that place. I love Gatlinburg. It's kind of a mystical, beautiful little area in the heart of the Rocky Mountains. Not the Rocky Mountains, sorry, the Smoky Mountains, my apologies. In the heart of the Smoky Mountains, there's fog everywhere. It's beautiful. There are these streams, there are these rocks, there are these giant, just crazy rock outcroppings at the top of these mountains with these amazing views. And yeah, they're kind of treacherous at times, some of these landmarks, some of these places way up in the mountains. And here's a little story. And we would have gotten our asses chewed out for this. I mean, we would have gotten in so much trouble had we been caught doing this. But my sister and I, and this old lady we just made friends with, who was 40-something years old. She was packing heat. She was hilarious. But we were walking along this path, and there was this huge, gate. And it said, do not go past this point. Dangerous cliff ahead. That didn't stop us. Oh, no. No. We kept on going. And so we found a way around the gate. Big whoop. And we went out on this rock outcropping, and it was a little scary. And there was a little bit of an angle, and you were there was this mountain that you had a 5-foot area to crawl on the very tippy top of the crest of this mountain. But damn, the view was amazing. And we met this lady. I'm pretty sure her name was Carol. I'm not positive, but I think it was Carol. We met this lady, and we had this great time, and she was just cracking all these jokes. She was hilarious, and we were doing something that definitely was illegal. We were told, don't go past the gate. Don't go past the gate. And yet, people are so afraid of that nowadays because, you get your ass chewed out. You get in huge trouble. You can get fined. You can have to pay tons of money if you get caught in these circumstances. And I'm just saying, It used to be back in the day, I'd hear all these crazy stories from people in the 80s and the 90s who were like, yeah, we did some whack shit and it was fun. I mean, it was really fun. Like we went and did some like just crazy things. And so I've noticed even the years that I've gone back to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, growing up, more and more areas are getting shut off. You know, it's like, you don't go here. You can't go here. Here's some red tape. Here's some yellow tape. Caution, caution. You can't go past this point. And those are some of the best places to go. They're gorgeous. They're amazing. And you're robbing me of that. I'm sick and tired of it. And you're robbing teenagers of having fun, meaningful stuff that they'll get to tell their kids someday. They'll get to say, yeah, me and your mom, you know, way back when, we climbed up to the top of the you know, the water tower, and we made out and we looked at the stars, and that was when I first told her I loved her, you know, and all these amazing stories. But nowadays, you got cameras everywhere. You know, you go and start climbing the first couple ranks and you hear, wee, like you're getting in trouble right away. And it's because of these stupid liability laws. It's like, I'm sorry, if you fall out of the water tower, that's on you. That's on you. All right? That's not the person who owns the property's fault. You were the one who made the conscious decision to go climb to the top of the water tower. No one forced your ass up that ladder. You took the steps. And then if you fall off and you break an arm, you fall off and you break your neck and you die, guess what? That's a risk you took. That's part of what made the experience fun. It was like this really crazy thing. If I'm stupid up here and I don't like have something to grab onto at all times, if I'm stupid, this stupid, crazy, drastic, you know, death-inducing thing could happen to me. That's what made it fun. That's what made it fun. And there have been a lot of times in my own life, you know, I've been blessed to live in the country for most of my life, out in the sticks, as they say. And I've done some things that, like, yeah, I could have died doing, but totally worth it. 100%. They're some of my favorite memories. So the point is, we got to stop babying all these different sites that you used to be able to go to that'd be fun. It's like, I mean, I'm not the kind of person that wants to go and run into an abandoned house, but if you're a teenager and you want to go do that, and it's an abandoned house that's been abandoned for like 15 years, you want to run in there and maybe like, I don't know, the floorboards aren't safe, or it's not structurally sound. Like, it's an abandoned house. You haven't been in there no one's been in there for 8 years. It's kind of creepy. There's rumors that it's haunted. That makes for a good time with your buddies. You're like, hey, it's 9 o'clock at night. Want to go check out this abandoned house? But nowadays, if you get caught with that, you're getting in huge trouble. Why? Because of these stupid liability laws. So change the liability laws. Let the liability fall on the people on the property, not the property owner themselves. I rest my case. Get that shit out of here. I'm done with liability laws. Change them. Change them. I'm talking to you, United States government. Let's make it happen.